I'm very grateful. I thank God every single day. I'm just allowing God to guide this relationship because God is in it. Those were the words spoken with conviction. Words that sounded grounded, spiritual, certain. When love is described as blessed, protected, and divinely aligned, people want to believe it will last. And for a while, it truly seemed like it would. But in Hollywood, things are rarely as steady as they appear. Lately, all eyes have been on Jennifer Hudson and Common. What once looked like a mature, spiritually aligned romance now feels uncertain. Rumors have begun circulating that Common may already be growing close to another woman. An insider suggests Jennifer didn't see it coming. Not long ago, he seemed devoted. Public appearances were filled with admiration. Interviews were sprinkled with praise. He spoke about growth, therapy, healing, and becoming a better man. He hinted that Jennifer could be the one if marriage ever entered the picture. But now, the energy feels different. Fans have noticed subtle changes. Fewer red carpet moments, less visible affection, colder body language. Jennifer's social media posts have grown more cryptic. Inspirational quotes, reflections about peace, messages about knowing your worth. The kind of posts people share when something is shifting behind closed doors. And then came the whispers. Sources claim that after Jennifer reportedly turned down a proposal last year, something inside Common changed. Allegedly, he was ready to take the next step, ready to make things permanent. But Jennifer hesitated. Some say she wasn't prepared for marriage. Others suggest she didn't fully trust his past. And that's where things get complicated, because Common's romantic history is no secret. Over the years, he's been linked to some of the most powerful and talented women in the industry. Serena Williams, Taraji P. Henson, Tiffany Haddish, Erykah Badu, and others. Each relationship started intensely, passionately, publicly, and each one ended. In previous interviews, Kami openly admitted that he struggled with what therapists call love addiction. He described being addicted to the honeymoon phase, that intoxicating rush at the beginning of romance, excitement, the chase, the feeling of falling in love. But when things become real, when responsibility replaces fantasy, that's when patterns tend to reveal themselves. Jennifer Hudson may have believed she could be different. When their relationship began, there was hope. Common spoke about healing, about growth, about therapy helping him evolve into a more emotionally available man. He praised Jennifer not only for her talent, but for her spirit. He described her as soulful, gifted, and equally yoked. Someone who matched him intellectually, spiritually, and creatively to the public. It looked like too mature, adults choosing each other intentionally. But according to insiders, Jennifer carried wounds of her own. Her past relationship with David Otunga left scars that never fully healed. After nearly a decade together and even an engagement, their split became messy and painful. There were accusations, court filings, and public tension. Jennifer later described controlling behavior and emotional strain. David denied her claims and argued that he had been the primary caregiver for their son while she toured the world. The relationship didn't just end, it fractured. And after that experience, Jennifer reportedly promised herself she would never rush into marriage again. Trust would not come easily. Commitment would not be given lightly. So when Common allegedly proposed, her hesitation may not have been about him alone. It may have been about protecting herself. Still, critics ask, didn't she'll know who he was? Common's dating history wasn't hidden. His romantic patterns weren't secret. If she feared heartbreak, why step into the story at all? Some believe her hesitation ran deeper than fear. Perhaps it was intuition. Perhaps something felt off. Something she couldn't explain publicly but sensed privately. Then came the more explosive rumors. Singer Jaguar Wright stirred controversy by making bold claims about Common's personal life. She alleged that he may prefer men and suggested that many of his former partners were aware. None of these accusations have ever been proven. No concrete evidence has surfaced. But in the age of viral speculation, even unverified claims can take on a life of their own. A story began circulating about an alleged encounter at a Hollywood event. A married man reportedly speaking with Common for nearly an hour while his wife mingled elsewhere. The husband supposedly didn't even realize who he was speaking to at first. According to gossip, the interaction later sparked suspicion. Again, nothing confirmed. Nothing proven, but rumors rarely need proof to survive. They only need curiosity. As speculation intensified, some observers began connecting dots that may not even exist. They revisited Common's admission of love addiction. They questioned whether rejection, if Jennifer truly turned down a proposal, may have bruised his ego. They wondered if distance between them was simply the result of wounded pride, or was it something else? Jennifer, meanwhile, continued to describe their relationship as her happy place. In interviews, she radiated calm. She spoke about how seeing her partner happy made her happy. She emphasized peace, stability, joy, but sometimes, what we present publicly is carefully curated. Behind every powerful woman is a private life the world rarely sees, and perhaps behind every breakup rumor is a truth far more complicated than either side is willing to reveal. By the time whispers turned into full-blown speculation, the narrative had already taken shape. Common was drifting. Jennifer was blindsided. A proposal had been rejected. Feelings were bruised. But what if the story isn't that simple? Some insiders suggest that Common may have sensed Jennifer pulling away long before any proposal was declined. They claim her hesitation was noticeable, that she struggled to fully surrender emotionally. That walls remained standing, no matter how patient he tried to be. After spending 9 years in a relationship that ended in public turmoil, Jennifer had every reason to move cautiously. Her previous engagement taught her how costly misplaced trust can be. Love for her wasn't just romance. It carried risk, and perhaps Common felt that. Rejection, especially public or perceived rejection, can alter dynamics dramatically. If he truly proposed and she declined, that moment alone could have shifted everything. Even the most evolved person can struggle with pride. Some say his recent distance feels less like indifference and more like defense. Then there's the theory that perhaps Common saw a side of Jennifer the public never witnessed, a side shaped by trauma, a side that may have been guarded, skeptical, or even critical. Rumors suggest she may have looked down on him at times, believing her Oscar, Grammy, and global acclaim placed her in a different league. Is that true? No one can confirm. But relationships often fracture not because of one dramatic betrayal, but because of subtle, repeated misalignments. Meanwhile, Jennifer's own history continues to resurface in conversations. Her legal battle with David Otunga painted a picture of deep mistrust and emotional tension. She accused him of suspicious behavior, including claims that he had their son secretly record her to catch alleged infidelity. David denied the accusations and claimed Jennifer manipulated public perception using her. Celebrity influence. Police eventually cleared him. The protection order was dropped, and he publicly stated that the woman the world adored was not the same person he experienced privately. That kind of public fallout changes a person. It makes you guarded. It makes you strategic. It makes you question intentions, even from someone who claims to love you. So when Jennifer reportedly hesitated about marriage again, perhaps it wasn't fear of Common specifically, but fear of repeating history. And what about the allegations from Jaguar, right? They remain unproven and controversial. Suggesting someone's sexuality without confirmation is serious. Yet, the entertainment world thrives on speculation. Once an idea enters the public space, rarely disappears quietly. Some believe the rumors are baseless attempts to generate attention. Others wonder if there are layers yet unseen. But without evidence, they remain whispers, not facts. Still, rumors have power. They create tension where there may be none. They plant doubt where there was once certainty. Now, observers question. Everything did come and cheat? Did Jennifer reject him? Is he repeating old patterns? Or is this simply two grown adults navigating complicated emotions under a microscope? Perhaps the most honest answer is this: we don't know in Hollywood. Truth and rumor dance so closely together that even insiders struggle to separate them. A delayed appearance becomes distance. A declined proposal becomes rejection. A private conversation becomes proof. And sometimes two people simply grow apart. Common once admitted he was addicted to the feeling of falling in love. That confession alone reveals self-awareness. Growth requires confronting patterns, but breaking them is another journey entirely. Jennifer Hudson, on the other hand, has built a life defined by resilience. From unimaginable personal tragedy to career triumphs, she has survived more than most. She doesn't enter relationships lightly anymore. If she stepped back, perhaps it was wisdom, not doubt. Maybe there was no dramatic betrayal. Maybe no secret double life. Maybe just two powerful individuals with complicated histories trying and possibly failing to meet in the middle. What we do know is this: love in the spotlight is fragile. Every smile is analyzed. Every absence is questioned. Every silence becomes suspicious. And sometimes, the loudest thing about a relationship isn't what's said, it's what's missing. Until either Jennifer or Common chooses to speak plainly. The world will continue guessing, but behind the headlines, behind the rumors, behind the viral clips and dramatic narratives, there are simply two human beings, flawed, guarded, growing, or drifting. And in Hollywood, that difference can look the same from the outside.